Hello everyone, my name is Random1785 and welcome back to video 2 of my 1785 runs challenge. This video goes from 111 to 22, and if you don't know what 1785 runs is, check out the description. Basically, I beat a bunch of seats in a row without resetting, or I speedrun a bunch of seats in a row. It's pretty fun, and also nobody watched the entirety of the first video, so if you want to be the first person to do that, please feel free to do that. It's not that boring, alright? But with that being said, hope you enjoy the video. And yeah, I'll see you in it. Run 11 starts by me spawning next to an ocean. I immediately spot a shipwreck, and after a very scuffed magma portal, I find the bastion is literally completely buried, and I end up digging for 3 whole minutes before I use a boat x-ray, which I don't know why that's legal. But I find the bastion after 3 minutes of just digging through a wall. I am doing a normal bastion route, and I get a decent amount of stuff, I guess. I then spent about 1.5 minutes of digging before I manage to make my way out of here. Well, that's why I dug into the bastion. The fortress was literally right next to the bastion, which was pretty cool. After that, I made my way over to the bastion, and unfortunately I got 2 baby husks in my hole. Luckily, I was pretty smart, and I just water bucketed out, and then I lit them on fire. After finding a zombie spawner in the stronghold, which is pretty funny to be honest, unfortunately, during the end fight, I somehow managed to walk off this platform and just die instantly, which was very skillful. Luckily, I literally managed to swim the entire way back to the stronghold with a dolphin, because it was just completely ocean. But during my block clutch, I somehow managed to die. So that was really nice. This time, I decided to use a water bucket and decided to water drop into the stronghold, which was, in my opinion, a much smarter idea. And finally, the dragon perched, and I beat the 11th run of the challenge. Okay. Are you kidding me? What? How much HP? How much HP? That's so stupid. Get me the heck out of here. Run 12 saw me spawn in a forest, but luckily it led into a plains, allowing me to get a lot of iron and food. I entered the nether to spawn at the bottom of a nether ravine, with the only terrain being directly above me, and the bastion was behind me through the wall. I ended up having to dig through the wall, but as I was making my way over to the chalice, this hoglin somehow managed to hit me, eating me into lava, and I ended up dying. Unfortunately, this stupid piglin here didn't want the gold I threw, and instead decided to just shoot me instead. However, a pretty funny thing was that when I got back, this piglin was still staring at that gold, although I ran all the way back here. That's pretty funny. After that, I proceeded to do normal bastion stuff, and I left the bastion at about 35 minutes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. RIP to those piglins, by the way. Other than that, nothing really happened in the run, other than this insane soul sand valley. I almost ended up dying here because just look at the amount of damage I'm just taking. Why take so much damage? Disgusting. And yeah, luckily I managed to hide, and I almost died to the skeletons too. It's just so annoying. So many mobs just everywhere. Luckily I did have food to survive. Luckily I still managed to do the fortress split, went to the stronghold and the end, and the dragon perched, and I beat the 12th run of the challenge with this insanely good height. Smooth dragon. And the first forbed of the challenge. Let's go. Run 13 was the middle of the forest with no plains or any good biomes around. Luckily, I was able to get iron and a lot of food, which was pretty much enough for the run. I dug down with doors, and I got extremely lucky with this water placement. made my way over to a bastion to get some piglin trades. I actually had a mob spawner within 12 chunks, and I would have actually been on PB pace, but unfortunately it was a treasure bastion, meaning that there actually wasn't a fortress. After making my ways quite a way from the treasure bastion, I located an actual fortress this time. I messed up my perfect travel, and my stream started lagging at the same time, which is kind of lit. And then I one-cycled the dragon. Not 4-bet high, fortunately, but... GG. Run 14 saw me spawn in the middle of a jungle. So I entered the nether with 3 melon slices as my only food. To make matters even worse, the fortress was literally through a wall. Luckily, I found some nether... I found some mushrooms near my nether waste biome. What is this? And with this weird fortress generation, I was able to enter it with about 7 pieces of mushrooms too. I found some iron. I found some iron from a fortress chest to make a shield, and I killed some blazes using my shield. Eat it off the edge. Holy moly! Over lava. Luckily, the bastion actually wasn't too far away from the fortress. After getting the rest of my piglin trades, I went to the end. And then, for some reason, my stream or Wi-Fi crashed and the stream ended. That was kind of awkward. Believe me when I beat the seed. Yeah, I have that stuff there because I respawned and went back to the overworld. And blew myself out the respawn anchor. Okay, look. Okay, look, right? See, the XP still falls? Yeah, see? I beat it. Okay. Right? I don't know how much evidence you need, but I beat the seed. Run 14 was a plain spawn with a village. Because of this, I was able to get a ton of bread and the iron golem for a free 5 iron. After that, I went to the nether at about 10 minutes, went to a nearby treasure bastion, finished my trades, and left the bastion. As I made my way to the mob spawner in my pie chart, I found out that it was a treasure that was completely buried. Like, it was just in this wall ahead of me. That's not good. But since I had pretty much only 1 fire res, I decided to head over to the bastion to try and get some more trades, which I did succeed in. After finding another mob spawner 30 chunks away from where I was, unfortunately, it was another treasure bastion and not a fortress. I did end up finding an actual fortress though, thank goodness. And after killing blazes, I went ahead and blind traveled. Okay. Unfortunately, I spawned in a cave, so I decided to do, instead of perfect travel, which finds exactly where the chunk is, I threw an eye and got the angle of it. This is not a good way to get exactly into the stronghold, because you don't get an exact angle on the eye and it's just a straight line where you don't know where the stronghold is. This educated makes it extremely hard to I spy because you're running on a straight line. But because it's a thumbnail, you know what happens when I do this. I think this is the first ever educated I spy, I'm not too sure. That's funny. What? What the heck? Oh my god. What the hell? No shot. Not only that, but it was literally one nether block away from being a perfect I spy. Because this right here was a starter staircase. One more block, and I would have I spied perfectly. Which is just funny. Not actually cheating. Anyways, after that, the dragon perched, and I did a normal 1 cycle. Oh, almost didn't make that. Oh, wait. No, I choked the 4-bet. No shot. Dude, this one was crazy. That's a title run. Right there, that's a title run. That's a title run. On run 16, I got a rune portal right next to a village, which is very rare when I'm doing this challenge, because I'm playing every seed that exists. Not only that, I also got a blacksmith with literally nothing in it, so that was great. After that, I entered the nether at about 8 minutes with a ton of food some gold, and some armor. I traded my gold to piglins and got 3 fire reses. And they came in very clutch because while I was trying to make my way up the hill, I managed to fall down and look at an enderman. But luckily, I was able to pop the fire res and jump into this lava lake, and the enderman couldn't touch me. What a clutch. After that, I found out that the fortress, not the forest, was completely buried in this wall. So I had to literally dig through a wall to get there. After about a minute and a half of digging, I managed to make it into the fortress, and I saw 1 wither skeleton and 1 blaze, which was just perfect. Since I already had fire res, the blaze split was a piece of cake, and I was able to leave the fortress on 7 rods and make my way towards another bastion, which was, of course, through a wall. So I placed my boat into the wall somehow and started suffocating and made my way over to that bastion. 4 minutes later, I made it to the bastion. It was a bridge bastion, and I stacked up this side of the wall here. After getting my trades and this very strange triple chest, I got my 22 obby and some gold, and I released a pearl hang. Also, the stream started lagging at this point for some reason, so now everything's at 15 FPS, which is unfortunate. While trying to do preemptive, I ended up finding 3 chests and a spawner, which basically lied to me and told me that it was the same percentage as the portal room, which is pretty funny. But what's even funnier is I open this chest, and that happens. So, yeah, nice. This time, my stream managed not to crash, and I managed to kill the dragon.
Stuck on something. It's awkward. GG.
Run 17 spawned me in the middle of a plains biome, and just like most plains runs, I was able to get a ton of food, some iron from a cave, and enter the nether relatively quickly. After that, I made my way across a lava lake to get to a stables bastion. After getting my trades, I threw a pearl to leave the bastion. I made my way over to a fortress, which was relatively close. Blind traveled, and made my way over to the amazing deep ocean, non-exposed stronghold. Luckily, I was still able to nav the stronghold relatively quickly, and the dragon perched. I choked the 1 cycle a bit because I was panicking over the sub 30 time, but luckily I was able to get the first sub 30 of the challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Other than my PB.
Sub 30! 29.
Run 18 saw me spawn next to a village, which also had a blacksmith. The blacksmith chest was actually really good because it gave me an iron pickaxe, which allowed me to skip mining 3 iron from a cave. Unfortunately, the village somehow had 0 hay bales, so I only had 2 apples as food, which was an amazing amount of food, to say the least. I made it to the nether and decided to cook some hoglins for food, since I had none of that. Amazingly, my bastion was through a literal wall, so I dug through another wall. Unfortunately, this stables was double bad stables, meaning I had no gold blocks in the entire bastion and only 2 chests. This meant that I had to go find another bastion, but luckily, I got 3 gold blocks from a chest, and then traded this gold with this huge pack of piglins over here, getting a fire res, which allowed me to pearl over this lava lake. After making my way to a new bastion, I found this treasure, which after a bit of Pydar, I found out that the fortress was literally right next to it, which giving us this challenge's, I think, 3rd faction or something? That's just disgusting. 3 factions from 18 runs. However, disaster would soon strike because I got a huge pack of wither skeletons chasing me, and I tried to knock them off by using this nice little gravel pillar here. But what I didn't realize is that they could actually get back to me. If you see on the right there, there's actually just a simple way for them to walk up, I didn't realize this, and I went on killing these blazes, and blocked off these two wither skeletons. And I turned around, and then just 10 wither skeletons jumped me, and I ended up dying. Yeah, so I come over here, right? How did they get back up here? Oh! Over there. Oh, and then I come over here, and then, yeah, then these guys just come back. I could've just ran to my right. I'm so stupid. Should've just ran. Should've just ran to my right instead. Should've just ran to my right and just went that way. Unfortunately, since my, or rather, since my nether was just completely walls, I decided to find a desert with 2 blacksmiths and get a total of 10 obsidian from the 2 blacksmiths, so I could just simply enter the nether. It took me a while to get back, but I managed to get my things back, and luckily, none of my pearls or my obsidian was lost. My triangulation bot actually told me that the stronghold was literally inside this bastion, or the nether coordinate to the stronghold was inside this bastion. And I wanted to do a bastion I spy, but unfortunately I didn't have any gold armor or any gold to make gold armor, and I unfortunately was unable to do so. After going through not 1, not 2,
More creepers. Yeah.
not 3,
Oh, yeah, nice.
not 4,
Also, creep stronghold.
not 5, not
More
6,
creepers.
but 7 creepers. I was
More
able, no,
creepers,
sorry, 8.
yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, 9 creepers, my bad. After going through 9 literal creepers, I was able to find the portal room. Actually, no, that's a library. I was not able to find the portal room.
Oh, skeleton spawned. Nice.
I managed to finally find the portal room at 56 minutes, and with the threat of having a run over or last longer than an hour, the dragon luckily perched at about 59 minutes, and I was able to not get a run longer than an hour.
Good high. Nope. I hear Enderman, so I'm out of here. No, thank you.
You're like, just look at that. Look at that. It's pretty sick. Oh my, yeah, like, oh, I knocked them off here. And they just went back this way. And I could have just ran down this way, this corridor here, and just went like this, but... Run 19 saw us spawn by an ocean, meaning I could fail mapless. Actually, I ended up failing mapless twice, which is kind of funny. So yeah, that's cool. Anyways, I found an actual map, or sorry, I found an actual treasure using a handy map, and I went to the nether. I immediately saw a fortress, which is kind of cool, and this time I had spare iron, so I was able to make a shield, allowing me... By the way, on the Asega, I got a 7 iron chest. That's kind of cool. But anyways, the shield allowed me to fight blazes, which was kind of cool. Anyways, I took a shot at Classic because the bastion was 20 chunks away. Unfortunately, I only got 1 trade of 4 pearls, but I did get a fire res. So I decided, you know what? This can help me make my way over to the bastion. Unfortunately, I decided to throw a pearl here, and it landed me in a really bad position. You see, right here, there is no place for me to place a block. Now, arguably, I could have pearl clutched here, but I tried to block clutch. Unfortunately, there was just a random hole in the wall here, not allowing me to block clutch, and I fell to my death and died. This meant that I had to walk my way back to my death spot, and this was very painful because mobs kept spawning in my face. I killed a hoglin. By the way, congrats to Amy the Legend for being the first person, I think, or at least non-scammer, to comment on one of these challenges. So, good job. Also, this person's my IRL friend, so that's kind of funny. Anyways, a lot of my stuff managed to survive. I'm not too sure if I lost anything. I didn't lose anything important, at least. So all my stuff somehow managed to dodge this lava, which is quite convenient in my opinion. Unfortunately, while I went down to this bastion, I actually mined this piece of nether gold ore. And then I ended up doing this,
Oh goodness.
and then I died because there was nothing I could have
No,
done.
no,
Like,
no, no, no. Oh
there's nothing I
gosh,
could
I
have
don't
done.
know. Frick, dude.
Actually, I
What
could
was
have
I
ran
do? I don't
through
know
the
what
hole
boat
I
I'm in.
made and blocked myself off,
Oh my god.
but my brain was just not that smart. Unfortunately, I'm not that good.
Oh.
So I had to make my way back to the Bastion, and congratulations to the first person I don't know IRL, Mr. MX Laser Fresh, I think the full name was, for commenting or chatting in one of these streams. Anyways, I made my way back to the Bastion without dying, and luckily all the piglins had left or something, because all my stuff here was completely fine, and I was able to pick it up and use it. Unfortunately, this Bastion was a double bad stables, meaning I only had 4 gold blocks, which only gave me 11 pearls, unfortunately. I tried E-raying a Bastion, but it turned out to be a fortress instead. So I instead did what I usually did for like 1.18 speedruns, where I blind travel with 10 pearls and hope that I get either a 2-eye or a pearl in the stronghold or something. Also, I threw out my flint and steel, so great job to me. Also, very luckily, none of my eyes did break, and I managed to kill this Enderman, which gave me another pearl. Shout out to this lava lake, by the way, and the fact I ate a pork chop just before it. Absolutely insane. But luckily, the portal was a 1-eye, and I had enough Eyes of Ender to complete the the end portal. The end portal. Unfortunately, I only had 1 anchor and 4 beds, because I didn't get enough piglin trades. So let's see if I can hit this 1 cycle or not.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Get me the heck out of here. Oh my gosh.
This concluded in which, in my opinion, was probably the worst run yet. But it would not be the worst run of the challenge. Run 20 was a forest spawn. It took me quite a while to find a cave, because I ran around for a full 2 minutes, as you can tell by the timer, trying to just find a simple cave. But I managed to do it, get some food, not a lot of food unfortunately, just some food, and enter the nether. This was a pretty slow enter time in my opinion, but it's fine. After pie-darring and finding out that the fortress was literally closer to the bastion, I decided to do fortress first, and this is why I always grab 8 iron ingots, because this way I can make myself a shield in case fortress first presents itself as an opportunity. Anyways, I managed to get a 6 diamond chest, because why not? And I made an epic escape from the fortress. Going for first was definitely the correct play, because I was awarded with pretty much instant terrain to this bridge ration, as you can see. And after going to the blind cord, also shout out to the staircase into a lava lake, that was kind of funny. I came really close to getting a sub 30, unfortunately the dragon just didn't want to perch, even with half bow. But I one-cycled the 20th dragon of the challenge, officially completing 20 Minecraft speedruns in a row. Also 4-bet. Panda man.
Second number 4-bet. Nice, nice, nice.
I managed to keep up the streak of getting decent times with Run 21. I grabbed a boat and set sail on the open sea. Oh, my Wi-Fi died. Good job. I made my way to the nether a bit faster than last seed. Actually like a full 4 minutes faster than last seed. And I got a pretty garbage spawn. But after naviging some kinda difficult terrain, I managed to stumble straight into a bridge triple chest, which is really cool.
And they also killed a hog here.
The fortress was actually kind of close. I mean, 18 chunks is like pretty good for this challenge. And after digging through a wall like we usually do in this challenge, I managed to actually not spot the fortress. Unfortunately, the fortress was behind this wall in front of me. Luckily, the lava pool did manage to make all the way to the fortress. So
Oh
I
my
managed to
goodness,
make it to
okay,
the
nice.
fortress without losing a
So many
ton
withers,
of
though.
time. Also, look
Like-
at all these blazes. Holy moly. Oh yeah, I also got a wither skill from killing this dude, which is kind of cool.
No, that's...
I made my
Let's
way
go,
to the
okay,
end, and the
let's go.
dragon actually insta-perched, which was really cool.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I
Oh,
somehow
shit.
looked at an enderman,
Okay, no, I usually
and
don't do it.
usually I just play it safe because
It's kinda annoying.
sometimes the enderman
Just
can
so
make me
dangerous
mess up
with
the
knife.
beds and I lose too much health and I end up dying. So I decided to just play it safe and kill the enderman, losing about a
Okay.
few seconds,
Right.
but it was still fine. I was really scared that I was actually going to lose sub 30 to me looking at enderman, but luckily the dragon
So
perched.
low.
Also, this is a really low perch, but I managed to cut it
Early
really
bad.
close to getting sub 30, and you'll see if I got a sub 30 or not.
Holy moly, this is garbage. It's trash cycle. Okay, GG.
Oh? Oh, 29.58. And there we go. That is
Oh
the
my
third
gosh.
sub 30 of the challenge. Now, technically, I hold myself to
29.58.
sub 30 at the
Let's
same
go.
standard Couriway holds himself to sub
Dude.
20. So, sub 30 to me is
30
really
adds
impressive.
and another.
Anyways, run 22 was a
Absolutely
really
crazy.
annoying jungle
And then get
spawn,
a
and this
okay.
cave had an infuriating amount of mobs. These two skeletons were only the start of like
Wow. Oh, there's
10
more
or so mobs.
Goodness.
Also, this run was pretty
Okay, I
terrible,
honestly don't care
and
about
it was
because, like,
gonna be the word from
growing
the
up.
challenge, so I'm just gonna go over this run a bit
literally like 2
more,
inches from
and I'll
survival,
focus
so.
on this run a lot more
Dude,
than
I
my past
jumped
few
so
runs.
mob.
Since
Okay.
I really wanted to hunger
You
reset,
can't
or
shoot me
sorry,
all the
since I
time.
really wanted to conserve my 23 melons, I decided to just hunger reset a bunch of these times. Just so this way I wouldn't lose a lot of hunger, or sorry, lose a lot of food, so I would have food in the nether, I wouldn't have to worry about food in the nether, etc. But that didn't really matter, because over here, two skeletons and a creeper spawned after my hunger reset, so I basically just lost all my hunger pretty much instantly, trying to get some more iron.
What?
And then this skeleton just comes out of nowhere as well, so that's just super annoying. And then there's
Oh,
two,
gosh.
and then I, of course, just end up dying, because what am I going to do? There's two skeletons on me. I kind of wait for them to drop down my hole like it did the first time. Fortunately, these guys are kind of stupid, so they didn't do that. And I just ended up kind of hunger resetting, kind of dying. I don't know what to call it. I ran back down the cave to get my stuff, and I saw another skeleton. Yeah. Skeleton shot me an annoying amount of times, and I come up here and a creeper spawned. I don't even know how a creeper spawned. How is this 24 blocks? And this creeper ends up blowing up, and I cannot, and it blows up my dirt, and then the skeleton keeps shooting me, and it's just so gosh darn annoying. And these skeletons are still here, by the way, and I just end up losing like most of my health getting back down into my stuff. This seed just sucks. I thought I was gonna die here, but I managed to manipulate the skeletons into shooting each other, and they had a war, and I managed to kill them both after, which is kind of lit. Good for me, I guess. I ended up trying to find food and then losing sprint and forgetting where spawn was. So then I hunger reset again and got my stuff back. Eventually I just decided to dig down to find a lava pool. By the way, if you see the RTA, it's at 3 hours. This is because I recorded this in 2 different sessions. I don't think this is cheating. By the way, I just messed up this portal. But I don't think this is cheating in my opinion because I'm not like collecting info about the run or anything. So I just kind of just did it at a different date and time.
Good job.
But yeah, I'm still beating the seed. I didn't like reset the seed. I didn't go on the seed and just check for info. You'll have to believe me, but yeah, I kind of just recorded this on a different session. Anyways, I dug down, find some lava, and managed to make another portal, entering the nether at about 13 minutes. So while I'm trying to make my way over to this bastion over here, I do something really stupid. So when I bow clutch, or this is kind of a muscle memory thing, I kind of bow clutch here because I end up placing the boat and going into it. My muscle memory, usually my muscle memory is like usually when I double click twice to get into the boat really quickly, I usually press shift. Now the problem here is I at the same time. See, I press shift here. At the same time, I held W because I was trying to make my way and boat down onto this platform. Unfortunately, I did these two things at the same time, so I ended up exiting the boat, and I didn't realize until I actually walked off the boat. Now, admittedly, if I just sprinted straight down, I probably could have landed here, probably could have survived, I don't know. I didn't test this out, but unfortunately, I tried to turn around and go back into the boat, and I didn't uh, uh, like turn my mouse up in time, and I ended up dying. Now this was really bad because I had no food. Remember, this is jungle spawn. I took all the melons I had. I took all the mushrooms. You can't really see it, but I took all the mushrooms near my portal. So now I basically die and I have no food left. So this is a huge issue. Luckily, I somehow just stumbled across this rune portal, which is mostly obsidian, and it's completable. So that's pretty lucky, I guess, after dying. Fortunately, of course, as this run appears to have, there's just 20 skeletons. Why did the skeleton just run away? I'm so confused. But this run just still has more skeletons, and the skeleton just obnoxiously shoots me, and I just leave, I guess. Anyways, back to this annoying cave. There is indeed another skeleton here, which is just amazing. So, luckily, I just decided to just mine my iron in peace and let the skeleton fall into my 1x1, where I can kill it without it doing any damage to me. But there is just still just a ton of mobs in this cave. Even after I've died, and even when it's nighttime, the mobs still decide to spawn in this cave, which is just so annoying. Anyways, I entered the nether through this portal, and I also end up catching myself on fire, so there goes a bunch of my food. Another luck thing was that I found some red mushrooms over here. I had actually managed to miss these, so I actually had a chance at getting mushroom stews. I know I just said that I took all the food around my portal, but I somehow managed to miss some, which was lucky, and it did work out. After that, I managed to do the bash and split kinda fine. I say kinda fine because I ended up accidentally lavaing myself here, which really just wasted a ton of my food trying to kill this hoglin. And this hoglin didn't even prove to be useful anyways because its pork chops ended up dropping into the lava, which was really unfortunate. As you can tell, it just burned and nothing happened, so that's just waste of time and just waste of time and space, etc. Not only that, but the fortress was 29 chunks away, so I had a lot of traveling to do. I also had to dig through this wall, which was really inconvenient. That was kind of unfortunate. I ended up finding the fortress, and as you can see, there's two other skeletons up here, right? So I take this into consideration because I just dug 29 chunks, and I took all the gold from this bastion I had. You know, I don't want to lose my stuff. Also recorded this once, so it's not that good. I recorded this once, forgot to press record, so this is kind of sad again, so I might just say something weird, but I see the wither skeletons up here, and I take this into consideration, alright? So I'm like, okay, I don't want to die to the wither skeletons, so I eat this stew. Now my thought process here was, I'm going to throw a pearl up there, and I'm going to block clutch. Now, I'm not going to throw the pearl directly into them. I'll throw like 5 blocks off the edge or something like that. They won't see me instantly, and I can probably like block up, or like stack up slowly, or stack up like 1 block away. They can't kill me, they can hit me. So I eat the stew. Now this stew doesn't really offer anything. I should have eaten a suspicious stew or the gavel I had in my inventory. I had a gavel, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I throw my pearl. So, this pearl lands way too high up. So I'll go and double tap here. I land pretty much like 2 blocks. And this wither skeleton somehow sees me. I don't know how it saw me, but it saw me. And I lost a lot of health during this suffocation. And I stack up here, and the wither skeleton hits me. Now, something really unfortunate happens here, because look how many frames. So, hits me 1 frame, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hits me again 14 frames later, which is pretty much right in between iframes, which is half a second, half a second. Hits me twice in a second, which is very unfortunate. This usually doesn't happen. Mobs don't usually hit you twice a half second. If you watch my run, I think it was run 18, I believe, I got thrown by a pack of wither skeletons, and I did not lose that health that fast, and I had 7 wither skeletons on me. So that is just so unfortunate. Now, when I got hit here, I have some armor, right? I have some armor. So my thought process was, I was on 4 hearts, I got hit, I'm probably on 2 hearts, and I just need to get off this fortress, and I had a gavel, right? I could have eaten the gavel, but I was on half instead of, like, 2 hearts, which is what I thought it was. So I ended up jumping down here, and because I'm half a heart, I just die. That is just, like, I mean, I played this kind of badly, I could have eaten stuff, but still, that's just kind of unfortunate that Wither Skeleton instantly sees me, hits me right in between iframes. It's just, Yeah, and I don't even bother coming back to this fortress. I mean, I had to dig through a wall, like pearled over a bunch of terrain, and there's probably nothing here. The one lone item could have survived on this thing, but there's probably nothing here. So I decided. So I'm just really shocked here because I don't know what to do.
Wow.
And this kind of made me want to quit because, you know, it's like I've used the only bastion at spawn. I don't know what to do now.
Oh, let's see.
It's just really bad for me. What do I do now? I have no bastion. Oh, I was so scared of pearling. Like I threw the pearl. I was like, saw the witch skeletons. I'm probably gonna die doing this. What do I do now? Like I have like 2 things at the bridge match, and there's no more gold left. Oh my gosh. I know this sounds a bit corny and kind of like those life hack things, but I decided to start fresh, which basically meant I rode it quite a ways away. I found a cave, I found a mountains biome, I got some food, and I went back to the nether. I decided to just calm down, get some food, regroup, think about like my life choices or whatever, and I made my way back to the nether. And I kind of just treated it like beating the seed for the 2nd time, but the bastion isn't right next to me. That was my process. I was like, just gonna play the seed, like it's a new seed, like there's no bastion within me. I'm just gonna find a new bastion, you know, deal with it. Luckily, another bridge bastion actually spawned right next to my portal. This wasn't the bridge bastion I went to, by the way, but one spawned right here. Now, arguably, this run could have like, it could have been a lot worse. The bastion could have been further away, but you know, it's not that bad, I guess. Like I got another bastion. It could be way worse, and I think I'm gonna get seeds that are way worse than this, but I still managed to do some trading at this bastion, and I found another fortress that was way closer, 21 chunks. It's obviously closer than 29, and I kind of want to pearl hang here, but I decided against it. But yeah, I managed to kind of recover, get my trades back, get a lot more food than last time, and I'm pretty confident here. Never been this nervous, not on the PV or anything. Just I need to play it well, play it safe. I managed to kill the blazes without dying in the fortress, which was really nice. And since I only had 10 obby because I got 1 bastion and double bad or double single bridge and like no obby from any chest, I only had 1 shut up line travel, and you can see me playing really carefully here because I literally like pre-eat. I try to like I don't even want to pearl this ravine in fear that I accidentally fall into it or something. Like I'm playing super safe here, but eventually I decided, you know what, I'm probably best pearling, and now I'm pearling into a creeper here, which is really scary, and it does blow up as well. Anyways, for some reason Ninja Brain bot wouldn't like take more than 1 eye throw. I mean, I ended up calculating I think 4 eyes in total, and I usually throw 2, but after my 2nd eye throw, it just didn't want to calculate, and after my 3rd one, it didn't calculate. 4th one, it didn't calculate for some time before it finally decided to calculate. I don't know what happened. Don't know if it's my fault. Don't know if the bot just started to lag, but yeah. Also, you can see me playing careful here. I'm just waiting to eat before I even throw those pearl. Like, I'm just really scared of dying again. So yeah. But I do eventually manage to make my way into this end here. And I was really scared I was going to hit the side of the end island, which is why I paused if you use a bit of time, just to make sure I want to fall into the void. I will say if I fall in the void, I'm going to be very sad. Yeah, as you can see, I just kind of quoted that. I really don't care about sub out at this point. I just want to get rid of this seed. I just want to get past this, get better seeds, get better in general. And I only had 5 beds here. No, sorry, I had 6 beds here, which is pretty comfortable for me. I can usually 1 cycle with 6 beds. I also had crying. Yeah, obby to make anchors, but despite all the stress on me, just completing the seed in general, the dragon actually perches right after I say please perch, which is kind of cool, and I'm really glad this enderman actually didn't like aggro on me after I actually pearled into it, and despite all the pressure on me, I'm completing the seed. Also, is that enderman mad at me? I'm really confused. I managed to pull off a nice little 4+1, and I box myself off so I don't die for the nth time in the seed. And I managed to get rid of run 22.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid seed. Bad seed. I hate you. I hate the seed. Sucky seed. Sucky. Sucky. Sucky seed. Sucky seed, dude. I don't like the seed at all. So that was run 22. I'm just gonna say my thoughts on run 22. I mean, after recording this, you know, like, every challenge has to have, like, some time of seed like this. I think this challenge I'm gonna probably, because I'm so bad at the game, I'm probably gonna see, like at least 100 of these seeds. And it's just, this challenge in general is just getting over these bad seeds, getting over seeds you've made mistakes on, seeds you might have gotten unlucky on, and just keep going, you know. Like, Minecraft is not a hard game. You can recover from a bad seed. You can beat it, like, multiple ways. It's not impossible, but it definitely is pretty unencouraging to get some seeds like this where it's just bad and then you just die and then you lose your stuff. It's just really sad, but you can get over this. Like, I think for anyone doing this challenge, you can really just recover from this. It's not really hard. And this challenge is, yeah, mostly just about perseverance. So, like, seeds like this is just a perfect example of what this challenge is. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this second video of 1785 seeds. I kind of wanted to do 10 seeds, but seeing as the next seeds aren't take as long to record, like that much focus, etc. I'm just gonna be ending it here. So thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.